Welcome, Squires, to another 500-player battle for Mount Blade Bannerlord. Today we have the Iberian Crowns going head-to-head with the Rasfadal Rebellion. Generals from both sides will need to muster infantry, archers, and cavalry if they're going to be victorious today. Only one team can secure a foothold in the town of Tharg. The first point of contention will be the farm located on the hill behind the town. Our video starts today on the side of the Iberian Crowns as each clan forms up under their respective banner. Leading the front, we've got Coronis Ibericus themselves, looking very magnificent in their red and yellow armor. Scouts have reported that the Rasfadal Rebellion have dug themselves into positions on top of the hill. The Iberian Crowns will have to weave their way through the town and out the other side towards those defensive lines. For now, the town of Tharg belongs to them, but they're going to have to fight extremely well today if they're going to defend themselves against the rebellion. As the men here head up the hill, the lines of the opposition come into view. A bloody battle is about to commence. And here we have the rebellion themselves, made up of a series of smaller clans. Each will be bringing a retinue of soldiers to the field today. A bit like the Kingdom of the Franks here, who are bringing a sizable force. The majority of the rebellion move right. One clan remains in order to trick the enemy into thinking the main battle line is in the center. It seems to be working as Coronis Ibericus come over the hill. The Kingdom of Hordeland will need to hold this position against superior numbers and trust that their allies will sweep in from the right to help them out. They do move ever so slightly towards the Kingdom of Franks and set up a nice hook-shaped line. That'll make it more difficult for the Iberian Crowns to get behind them. Both sides stare each other down as we wait for the battle to commence. And the battle horns are sounded. The rebellion goes charging in from the right. The trap is sprung. One of Bannerlord's largest clans, Bretonia, lead the charge as they sweep in from the flanks. But wait, where are the Iberian Crowns? They should be right here. While we weren't looking, they shifted to the other side of the battlefield and are now attacking the isolated rebellion members. What was intended as a trap has actually delayed half the rebellion forces getting into the front lines. Let's hope they can claw back the damage that was done there. This battle might look like a mess, but remember, there's organization in the chaos. Each banner represents a clan, and each clan will be fighting underneath their banner, with a captain commanding them on where to go and who to fight. Oh, and a huge push from Kingdom of the Franks and Bretonia. The Iberian Crowns have no choice but to fall back slightly there. They've created a very nice bubble in the center of the battlefield, which will give them plenty of space to maneuver. The Iberian Crowns have regrouped now and halted the flow of soldiers. They've reformed their battle lines and are putting up a staunch defense. Holding their center, I can see the Order of Santiago. They just need to hold out for a few more seconds as their allies sweep in from behind. As we move across the battlefield to these rocks, we've got another household clan here, the Great Bold Empire, who have their crossbows aimed towards the rebellion lines, will be racking up a lot of kills. They sense victory is approaching and decide to charge in to help out with the main fight. Oh, and it's not looking hopeful for the rebellion. The Iberian Crowns can sense that victory is approaching, and they send everything they've got in just to take out the last few pockets of resistance. This, my friends, is an Iberian Crowns victory for the first round. But stay put, because I've got several more battles to bring you. The town of Tharg is located in a strategic position. The rebellion will want to capture it in order to launch attacks into the Iberian Crowns territory. We start the second battle following cavalry from Le Courant Francais. They're looking to locate the enemy forces as they head towards the town and try and capture it once and for all. They report that the main enemy force is holed up in the center of town. They know that the Rasfadal Rebellion are bringing up reinforcements, and they are building defensive positions to ward them off. As we move in, each clan blocks off a street, an avenue of attack. They also raise the capture point in the name of the Iberian Crowns. The attackers, the rebellion, will need to capture that point. Oh, and they are wasting no time at all. The Bretonians come charging in down the main avenue. They need to watch out though, there's a lot of side streets that will allow the enemy to flank around and get behind them. Fortunately, their allies are right behind them and make sure to plug the gaps. You can see here Blood Diamond from the Iberian Crowns are already looking to take advantage, but fortunately, it looks like the Kingdom of Hordaland are keeping this advance at bay. The Kingdom of the Franks are acting as a reserve force. They'll be monitoring the enemy movements and will counter them appropriately. The Rebellion are pushing forwards ever so slightly, but they're not quite gaining enough ground yet. Crossbowmen in the back lines are getting pop shots, but it's going to be difficult firing over the head of their allies, especially when the ground is so flat. When we looked earlier, I swear the Iberian Crowns had more men in reserve down here. Where did they go? The Rebellion do seem to have more men in this central line. It's only a matter of time before they break through. Oh, and a massive push from the Iberian Crowns in the back lines there. That must be where their reserves went. Holding back was a good shout by the Kingdom of Franks. They moved all of their men to the back lines in order to ward off the attack. They were on the offensive, but they're very much on the back foot now. The Rebellion are sandwiched between these narrow alleyways as they get attacked on all sides by the Iberian Crowns. I mean, just look here, guys. They have no avenue of escape. They just have to hold out and pray that one of these attacks is successful and they're able to break through. The men from Les Combattants and Blood Diamond spot that the defenses are weak here and they flood into the gap. The lines are no longer drawn. The enemy are behind the Rebellion now. I think one of the reasons this defense was so successful was due to Coronis Ibericus and the Order of Santiago holding the main line there. Had it crumbled, there's no way their allies could have got in from the back. That was very well played by them. As we zoom out and survey the battlefield, it becomes clear that the Rebellion have been defeated and pushed back once more. This is another victory to the Iberian Crowns. Well played to both teams. But again, guys, I've got so much more action to bring you. In this next battle, we're going to follow an individual soldier from the Rebellion. Let's see if they can win this one. After retreating from the town, they head back towards their positions near the farm, but the Iberian Crowns have a counter-attack. Reinforcements from elsewhere have arrived in their back lines. It's looking very precarious for the Rebellion right now. They need a victory, and they need it quick. Men from the Kingdom of Hordaland shift right with their allies Le Couron Francais. They're looking to secure a flanking maneuver around the right-hand side here as their allies assault the main lines. And here we go, guys. We follow Le Couron Francais in, and as I look at the main lines, the real battle unfolds just to the left of us. Around this side, there is a small defense from the Iberian Crowns, and it looks like they are sending some elite dual-wielding reinforcements into the mix here. Our job is to finish off the enemy here as quick as possible and get into the back of their main line to the left. We do outnumber them slightly, which means we should be able to make short work of them. But these guys are elite. They're proving very difficult to push back. Remember, guys, they don't have to win here. They just have to delay us for as long as possible and protect their main line. We begin to get the upper hand and the enemy fall back. We decide to push the advantage and head towards the main lines to back up our allies. Time is of the essence and we just need to get into the fray. But these elite fighters form a new battle line and delay us further. Look, there's only 5 of them and they're holding back around 20 men. As I attempt to take out this knight, I get hit from behind and go down. Just another casualty on the battlefield. But I think, guys, our attack here was just too late. You can see in the center here that the Iberian Crowns have already cleaned up the majority of our forces. We head into the rear, but they just have superior numbers now. The Iberian Crowns chase down the remnants of the main Rebellion line. Once they've been cleaned up, they turn and face towards us, and we get exactly the same treatment. And this looks like another victory to the Iberian Crowns. The Rebellion only have one more opportunity to take the town of Tharg before they run out of reinforcements. Let's see if they can do it in Battle 4 as we fight over the church on the outskirts. We begin this final round following the Rebellion forces as they head towards the front lines in column formation. This is a great way to move because it makes it very easy to ward off enemy cavalry attacks by turning to the sides and putting your spears up. They're changing the tactic and deciding to assault the church instead. If they can take this building, it might create a nice staging ground from which to launch attacks into the central town. Once again, the Bretonnians are forming the center, a really good move as they are the largest unit on the battlefield. Blood Diamond were getting a little bit aggressive there, but they've fallen back to the safety of their allied lines. I think the Rebellion were hoping that the defenses around the church would be a little bit less than before. However, the Iberian Crowns do seem to have matched their movement and have brought their full force to this left flank. The Bretonnians try a fake charge to see if they can bait the enemy into an early attack. Oh, but the Iberian Crowns, including the Order of Santiago there, are too well trained. They don't fall for it. There's a small lull in the fighting as both teams make up their minds on how to approach the battle that's in front of them. But guys, I don't mind. It's absolutely beautiful seeing these clans form up. I could watch this all day. It's even more impressive when you think about every soldier being a real player controlled by a human being. It's very impressive to watch. Oh, so the Iberian Crowns are beginning to fall back. The Bretonnians see it and charge in. But where are they going? The majority of their force seems to be heading to the left around the back of the church. As some of their men charge in, the Bretonnians are unsure what to do, so they split their lines in two, send half of their men to the left as the remaining half faces forwards. I think splitting their forces was the right decision as the majority of the Iberian Crowns come around the back of the church and attempt to hit them in the back. But it's not happening. They've got a staunch defense in place. Instead, the Rebellion seem to be taking a leaf out of their book. They decide to charge around the rear of the church as well, looking to hit the majority of the Iberian Crowns in the back. Only Blood Diamond here are holding back the flood. Can they do it? As we move around here, you can see the Iberian Crowns are trying their best to break through, but the Rebellion are just holding them in place. They just don't seem to be able to catch a break. Great defense so far. Oh, and the Rebellion begin to surge forwards. The Iberian Crowns are well and truly on the back foot now. I don't know, guys, it's looking a bit precarious for them. If they don't win this battle, they'll lose the town of Tharg. This town is strategically very, very important. The Rebellion do send reinforcements around here, but they're being chased by the Order of Santiago. Okay, this is looking a bit more hopeful. It looks like the Iberian Crowns do have men on both sides of the main Rebellion force now and are able to sandwich them in the middle. The Iberian Crowns do seem to have superior positions, but the actual number of men on the field are very, very even on both teams. Either one could win it. Oh, but saying that, the Rebellion are beginning to get surrounded and cut down. Guys, I hate to say it, but I think it's all over for the Rebellion now. The Iberian Crowns cut down the last remaining Rebellion members, and that's it. It's a victory for the Iberian Crowns today. Well played to them. Let's see if the Rebellion can get them next time. Remember guys, everyone's invited to these events. If you want to take part, join me with the Kingdom of Hordeland. I'll post a link to our Discord in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.